Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to a new episode of Talking Cinema. I know it's been a little bit. I've been waiting a little bit longer. I don't know. There's some new news that I've heard recently that, oh God, I had to. I felt I needed to get this off my chest, and you'll find out when I get to it. Anyone that's getting started show, we have been trying to make this as quick as possible. And not as painless as possible as well. Here I'm on Cinema Blend, checking out some more movie news. Battlestar Galactica, Katie Sackhoff hasn't actually met with Marvel Studios yet. I don't really care about. I really didn't care about that Battlestar Galactica reboot, so I don't really care. Could she play Miss Marvel? Cool. I guess Jackie Chan has been approached about Rush Hour 4. Won't commit without a script. Please don't do it. Rush Hour 3 was horrible and was only made because Chris Tucker wanted another paycheck. And if you do a fourth one, you're just going to have to pay him, what, an ungodly amount of money again to make it piece of shit? No, thank you. Ben Affleck fires back about Batman fans about his casting. Ooh, what does Ben Affleck has to say? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I wouldn't have taken the part if I didn't trust my instincts in terms of the filmmaking. I think Chris Terrio wrote a terrific script. Zach's a great visual director, and there's an interesting take. And I wouldn't have done it if I didn't think I could do it. I have the benefit of a lot of that understanding. But also, everyone is entitled to their opinion. That's a big part of this international sport. Yeah, exactly. He didn't really fire back, so that was really not necessarily the best way to say that. And would my cat please shut the fuck up? Anyway, Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight has a teaser trailer coming to theaters, which you can only see if you go buy a ticket for Sin City 2. Yep, you can only see this teaser trailer for Hateful Eight if you pay $8 or more than that and see your 1 minute 40-second teaser trailer in Sin City: A Dame to Kill For. Because if you don't, you're not seeing it. Because Quentin Tarantino and people involved with the production of The Hateful Eight are being assholes and only not making it available online. Makes a lot of sense to say fuck you to free advertising. It really doesn't. It really does not. Doesn't make any sense. But whatever. 50 Shades of Grey stars Amy Dornan will play King Arthur. Well, whoop-de-doo, another King Arthur movie directed by Guy Ritchie. Hopefully it'll be better than the last King Arthur movie. But in my opinion, it'll never be, that probably won't top Excalibur, because in my opinion, that's the best King Arthur movie. This is my personal opinion. Excalibur's very visually stunning, even for a film that came out in 1981, and I think it still looks great to this day. I'd love to get my hands on the Blu-ray. Ant-Man can feature a couple of very interesting Marvel cameos. Well, I'm not going to look at it because I don't want to ruin these cameos for myself. Guardians of the Galaxy, the hysterical Groot dance you've been wanting to watch 50 more times. Well, it was cute, but it wasn't hilarious. It wasn't like, ha 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 ha. No, it was cute. It wasn't like, you know, it wasn't really that hilarious. Cinema Blend's Action Hero Hall of Fame, the 2014 inaugural class. Gabe Toro, yeah, of all people that are qualified to do this, as sure as hell isn't you, Gabe, because you got the cliffhanger. You said Cliffhanger was a 1994 thriller. You're not gonna live that up, Gabe. You're never gonna live. You're never going to. Nope, never gonna get tired of that. Never gonna get. You're just always going to. That's a big mistake. It's Gabe. You made a big mistake. Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course. All right. Best movie, The Terminator. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say that. Charles Bronson, best movie. Once Upon a Time in the West. Really? That's his best film? I don't know. I'd point towards Death Wish or Death Wish 3, but probably Death Wish 3 for me. Sylvester Stallone, best film, Rocky. Rocky's a great movie, but it's not my favorite Stallone flick. There are others I like more. First Blood, Cobra, Tango and Cash, Rocky 3, Rocky 4. You know, there's other Stallone films I like a lot more than the first Rocky. It's a classic, but I wouldn't say it's his best movie. Jackie Chan, Drunken Master 2. Not the biggest. Enough that familiar with Jackie Chan. Bruce Lee, Chinese Connection. Really, the Chinese Connection? Not Enter the Dragon? Okay, all right. Okay, Clint Eastwood, Fistful of Dollars. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I'd go for Dirty Harry. That's me, but I'd go for Dirty Harry. Chow Yun Fat, A Better Tomorrow, best film, Hard Boiled, The Killer. Yeah, Hard Boiled is a great movie. I need to see The Killer. I do need to see that. I need to watch that. Jet Li, Once Upon a Time in America. No, I don't. I love Jet Li, but I think the Once Upon a Time movies are kind of overrated for me personally. Um, I have to say Romeo Must Die was really good. I'd probably put that above Once Upon a Time and whatever. And same for The Cradle to the Grave. That's me personally, but yeah, those are my personal choices for my Jet Li's best. Real Soul is Die Hard. No, I'm not going to argue with that. Definitely Die Hard. Pam Grier, I really wouldn't put her in an action hero Hall of Fame. That's just me personally. I'd put Cynthia Rothrock up there before I put Pam Grier, or somebody actually mentioned Mel Gibson. Yeah, Mel Gibson. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Some good stuff on that list, Gabe. Okay, but still, I don't know. You still fucked up. You still fucked up. Godzilla 2 now is release date. Fuck me. I don't really care. Did Warner Brothers change edits of tomorrow's title again? What the fuck? Yeah, you changed it from All You Need to Kill to Edge of Tomorrow, which is a shitty title, and now what? Live, Die, Repeat / Edge of Tomorrow. Is this seriously what the fucking Blu-ray is gonna be? Is it seriously gonna have this bullshit Live, Die, Repeat / Edge of Tomorrow? Because you can't make up your goddamn mind about what the title of the movie is, even after the movie came out. I'm glad it made 300. What does it make? It made 363.5 million in worldwide grosses. Good. I'm glad it made something worldwide. Should have made more in the U.S. But another title was Live on the Edge. It's a shitty title. Make up your fucking mind, Warner Brothers. Pick a title and stick with it. Why does the MPA exist if it can't do its job? Oh yeah, Expendables 3. Really, Sean O'Connell? Really? It's PG-13. There isn't that much violence in Expendables 3. I'm just going to say it. If I had seen it, I'd say that it is very watered down, half-assed, and fucking pussified bullshit if I had seen Expendables 3. I'm not saying I did see Expendables 3, but if I did, I'd probably say that it was a piece of shit, had barely no action, 50 minutes of screen time where the fucking Expendables aren't even in the goddamn movie, and a 40-second end fight between Mel Gibson and Stallone. That's all I'm saying. If I had seen it, that's what I would fucking say. So take that for what you will. Jason Momoa is sick of your Aquaman inquiries, so stop it. I'm not even inquiring about Aquaman because I don't like Aquaman. Aquaman is awesome. You just are used to the Super Friends thing or whatever. Aquaman, every time they try to make him badass, it fails miserably before me. What, he's like Conan of the sea. Bullshit. He still talks to fish. You can give the guy any powers you want. He's an Atlantean. He's a king of the sea. So he's like a version of Namor, who pretty much, because when you actually think about it, Namor was around before Aquaman, which is something a lot of people don't really understand. Namor, the Marvel character, was actually around when Marvel Comics was still its own until when they were just releasing stuff like Captain America and the Human Torch and the Invaders comics, and Namor was part of the Invaders. So fighting, the Nazi, the Nazi evil, whatever that was in the 40s. I think Namor might work if they just make it so he doesn't look so weird. He has this weird looking head and pointy ears. If you make it more like the Mariner, for instance, like Waterworld or something, might work. But Aquaman, I don't know. I've never found Aquaman badass. I've never found him cool. And if the Justice League movie proves me wrong, so be it. But it's tough sledding. It's gonna be tough sledding for me because I'm not an Aquaman fan. So I'm not the one that's inquiring about it. Jason Mamma Mia, Cassiopeia. Okay? not the one that's asking about it. So he takes to social media, to outlets to vent his rage. So he gets pissed at them people, really. Yeah, so we went on Twitter and said, Aquaman, psh, road to Paloma, bitch. Paloma. Road to Paloma. So it's like, it's emphasizing family ties are restricted, the loneliness of the open road. So it's trying to do a dramatic film. Road to Paloma. Well, when I think of Paloma, I just think of that episode from Tales from the Crypt called, what was it, The Trap. And it's directed by Michael J. Fox. And you have Terry Garr in it, and this other guy who's Lou Paloma is this fat schlubby guy. I think it was the same actor who was in I think it's the same guy who was in Last Boy Scout, the overweight guy who got blown up, and his character's name is Lou Paloma, and that's pretty much all I remember in terms of when I hear the name Paloma. I think of Lou Paloma. I'm Lou Paloma. So anyway, a 50 Shades of Frozen viral vid. I'm not fucking watching that shit because I'm tired of let it go, let it go. Why don't you shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. Please stop singing that fucking song. It cost how much to use AC/DC's Thunderstruck and Varsity Blues? $500,000? Yeah, it's a lot of money. Music rights. Bad Boys 3 announced by Martin Lawrence. Oh, okay. I'll wait till I see a trailer, but alright. I could get excited for that because I'm one of the few people who actually like Bad Boys 2, along with some of my friends. James Marsden takes over for the late Paul Walker in the first trailer for The Best of Me. I'm never bother for watching trailer care. This is what pissed me off. This fucking bullshit. When I first saw this news last night, I literally facepalmed and I groaned. This is what I did. I'm going to try to do it justice here. Try to copy the exact reaction I had for this shitty fucking news. It's like, oh, well, Leatherface, we worked a prequel. That's pretty much exactly what I did. I facepalmed and I groaned. Are you fucking kidding me, Hollywood? That's it. I'm calling it. I'm saying it. It's done. The horror genre in theaters and the mainstream is dead. Okay, I'm pulling the plug. Time of death is 5:35 p.m. on August 14th of 2014. It's done. It's dead. Because what the fuck do I need? What the fuck do I have to look forward to when it comes to the horror genre in theaters? Like the rest of this year, what do I have to look forward to? A fucking Ouija board movie? Yeah, a fucking movie about a Ouija board. A thin fucking premise that barely works in episodes of anthologies of horror shows like Tales from the Dark Side. And it's not even the whole premise of the movie, of the episode. Only about 5 minutes of the episode might pertain to the Ouija board. But we're going to have an entire movie about a Ouija board. Like a shitty version of Jumanji, but like a horror PG-13 version of Jumanji with fucking Ouija board. Sounds fucking wonderful. No, it sounds fucking shitty, and it sounds fucking stupid. Then, okay, what else do I have to look forward to the horror genre this year? I don't even know if there's anything else that's coming out in the horror genre for the rest of the fucking year. There is, I don't fucking care. And next year, I got to look forward to in January. What do I got to look forward to? Amityville, which should be called Amityville, another fucking Amityville movie. Because, yeah, another goddamn Amityville movie. Because we want to beat witchcraft for the most pointless fucking franchise in existence. Really. But at least Amityville has a sequel. I like Amityville 2, The Possession. I didn't mind Amityville 2, 1992, It's About Time with Stephen Mocked. But Amityville, another fucking Amityville movie. And it's probably going to be found footage again. So fucking wonderful. Another shitty found footage movie. Another shitty Amityville sequel. Why? Why won't this franchise just fucking die? Okay, now, that's not bad enough. The same year, next year, I got to look forward to a remake of Poltergeist, one of my all-time favorite horror films, and they're fucking remaking it. It's probably PG-13. It's going to be shitty. Has some stupid idea about some fucking reality show called Your House is Clean. I'm not making it up. That's I remember reading about the script review. And some shitty ideas that, oh, well, the house, it's still the same house that the Freelings were in, but but it's abandoned now, and these other people move in, and I'm like, did the people who wrote the screenplay watch the fucking movie? Did they watch Poltergeist? Because if they did watch it, they realized that, the house got sucked into the fucking ground at the end of it. So how the hell is this the same house as the first movie? Bunch of fucking stupid-ass screenwriters, stupid-ass Hollywood, stupid horror movies, stupid fucking prequels, fucking sequels, remakes. I'm fucking sick of it. I am. It's like, there's no originality in the horror genre in theaters. At all. So that's why I'm calling it fucking dead. It's dead as a fucking doornail. It's a dead fuck. It can go fuck itself. This horror genre in theaters, I have no hope for it. And I love horror. It's my favorite movie genre. But right now, in theaters, in the mainstream, it is dead. It is fucking dead. So that's how I feel, though. So I'm going to ask that question to you guys. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. But I'm going to ask you that question to you guys. In wake of this shitty news of a fucking prequel, another Texas Chainsaw Massacre prequel, that's going to be talking about Leatherface as a teenager. Yeah, really. Leatherface as a teenager. I really wanted to see that. And the same people who made Texas Chainsaw 3D, Three Dicks in My Face, which is a horrible, horrible sequel, was trying to act like, hey, we're the real sequel. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Toby Hooper, oh, you're not the real sequel. Fuck you, we're the real sequel. That has continuity errors up the ass and has a 20-year-old chick who should be in her 40s and fucking family members that came out of Leatherface's ass in the beginning of the movie. That's a whole... I've already ranted on that. Just go look for... on my channel, type in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D rant. I've ranted on this fucking movie already. But, wow, like, get him, cuz! But really, just fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D, getting a prequel. Stop with the fucking prequels, okay? They don't fucking work in the horror genre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning sucked. I knew how it was going to end. The Thing, 2011 prequel, was horrible. Was one of the worst fucking movies of 2011 and one of the worst prequels I've ever seen because there is absolutely no suspense. It is absolutely pointless, and you watch the Thing prequel and you're just like, well, that was a waste of fucking time because I know exactly how that's going to end. Hannibal Rising. Didn't need to see it. Ruined the mystique of Hannibal Lecter. And it was also a really fucking boring movie. So the only time I really thought I remember seeing a horror prequel I thought was a little decent was Psycho 4 at the beginning. Okay, and that was a TV movie. So, wow. Yeah, these fucking horror prequels. Oh yeah, Prometheus. Prometheus can go fuck itself to fucking space. It's fucking terrible. I don't care what people say. Prometheus was a shitty, big budget B movie with none of the charm or none of the entertainment factor or something like Creature with Klaus Kinski that came out in 1985. So, yeah, lovely. You know, already had great. You know, it's already. You know, this news had to get even worse. Robin Williams dies of suicide. He kills himself in a sad, tragic suicide. Then you find out that he might have had Parkinson's disease, so that might be the reason why he killed himself. But still, I mean, there's treatments for it, and they're getting better at treating it. And I don't know what to say. And now, you know, Lauren Bacall passes away, and then you have Dick Smith. He passes away, the makeup effects master, legend. And then Marilyn Burns passes away, and then on top of Marilyn Burns passing away, you have this shitty news that relates to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. It's just unreal. It really is. It's unreal. It's like, this year literally is the year I'm going to hell. When it comes to movies, when it comes to movie news, when it comes to anything like that, I'm in fucking hell right now, and it fucking sucks. But, going back to what I was asking before, calm down for a little bit. Asking you guys, okay, what do you think? Is the horror genre dead? Is horror dead in cinemas? I'm not talking about indie films. There are some few indie films that are decent and actually are pretty good. But those are independent movies that don't make it to theaters. And direct-to-video horror films, there's a lot more shitty horror films than there are good ones. It's really a genre I think it's been done to death. Literally done to death. And I think it's really struggling to find anything new or any new ground. But Hollywood isn't helping by not releasing anything new. Because, and if it is new, it's Ouija board film, which is a stupid idea. So, what do I have to be excited about? Friday the 13th sequel / reboot? Another Friday the 13th reboot? It's like, it's just a retread. It's nothing but retreads and rehashes and redos and remakes. There's nothing new. It sucks because the genre's been done to death. But I'm fine. What are your thoughts? Leave in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the horror genre? Is horror dead? Is the horror genre dead? And give me some reason to hope. That's all I gotta say. Try to give me some hope for this, because I don't see any. I don't see any hope for this horror genre in the upcoming years, because they just keep remaking every horror film from the 80s, or just throwing in another sequel, another Paranormal Activity sequel, a sequel to The Purge, more and more sequels. And if they are original, they're not really that great of ideas. The Purge is a stupid idea. Ouija board movies is a stupid idea, and a sequel to The Conjuring, which I liked, but a spin-off in Annabelle, which is a part of the movie I cared for the least. And even The Conjuring, a movie I enjoyed, was not 100% original. And I can't expect that out of a horror genre. I know, I can't expect that. I say that. It's not fair to the movies to expect them to be 100% original. But with the horror genre, it's getting really stale. I'm not expecting 100% original, but I'm expecting at least... I can't even get 10%, even 20%, even 30% originality with the horror genre in theaters lately. It's pretty much just remakes, sequels, reboots, prequels, and that's it. And I'm really getting fucking sick of that. So, and I hope I'm not the only one. As a big fan of the horror genre, I love to see stuff like Resolution in the theater instead. I love to see the independent movies get in the theaters instead of these half-assed cash grabs. Because that's what they are. They're half-assed cash grabs. The horror genre is just a half-assed cash grab for Hollywood. And it sucks. So anyway, I think it's been done to death, literally. And, like I said, leave your thoughts below in the comments below. Is the horror genre dead? Is horror dead? I would like to know your thoughts. Anyway, SeaWorld finally admits the Blackfish documentary is hurting attendance. I didn't hear much about it until I saw a trailer for it. And I automatically decided to try to find it somewhere online to watch. And I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to give that a look sometime. Because I saw the trailer, and it looks compelling. It really does look like a compelling documentary. Star Wars, check out Mark Hamill's grizzly beard. I don't really need to check out his grizzly beard. I saw it before in other photos at Disney World. A new Power Rangers movie is officially happening, and the release date has been announced. And it is going to come out July 6th, 2016. And Lionsgate is making it. Fucking Lionsgate. Wonderful. Lionsgate is making the Power Rangers movie. I used to love Lionsgate. I really did. But I'm almost to the breaking point with Lionsgate. With the recent fuck up with Expendables 3 PG-13 debacle. With they stopped releasing the way they released the Ninja Turtles cartoon. The fuck ups they're doing. They've completely stopped doing the services to fans of horror films or classic movies. They're not releasing special editions anymore, like they did with the Wraith, the Gate, and the Monster Squad. Like, they're not even trying to do that anymore, and those are some of their biggest sellers. I mean, they haven't even done anything like that in forever. They started out as more of an independent company, and now that they've gotten a little bit bigger, I think their egos have gone to their fucking heads, and Lionsgate is becoming one of the most egotistical, egocentric companies in Hollywood right now. So, yeah. I don't have much trust with them with a Power Rangers movie. Especially when you got Roberto Orci, okay. Which, okay. Who's in the Transformers, Star Trek, meets the Spider-Man franchise. And Ashley Miller, excuse me, Ashley Miller and Zach Stentz, who are best known for the work in comic book movies like X-Men, First Class, and Thor, penning the script. I was hired for the job a few weeks ago. I didn't like X-Men First Class. Where the Power Rangers going to be a bunch of rejects. It's a modern reinvention of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Okay. If this is going to work, I want it to be fast-paced and action-packed with practical martial arts, with choreography. Let's not make them all CGI. That'd be fucking lame. No motion capture shit with the Power Rangers. Give them actual outfits and have them do martial arts. I'd love to see somebody like Steve Wang get the job, but he's not going to get it. And I also would like to see do not throw in grittiness in a Power Rangers movie. That is not believable. That is out of place. It might work in a Turtles movie because that's how the comics started out, pretty gritty and dark. Power Rangers didn't start out like that. So have fun with it. I want this to be a fun movie. I do not want this to be some depressing, dark, bleak, whatever, Power Rangers movie. I want it to be fun. And they're called Power Rangers, so it should be fun. I mean, in the title itself, you can't take it that seriously. And even Ninja Turtles should be fun, too. So please, have fun with the concept. Do some cool stuff. Have, new designs for the Zords. You could have new creatures or whatever, or something, powers for the Power Rangers. Have some cameos from the original Power Rangers, like maybe the guy played the Red Ranger. Get Tommy involved somehow. Get Tommy the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, involved somehow in the film. He could be the new leader. He could be the veteran leader. Maybe he's the only one left. Other Power Rangers maybe died in battle or something, and now he's trying to find new Power Rangers in order to help fight. Or something. I don't care. I really think that, some of the old Power Rangers need to be involved in the new film. Because I think that would be really cool. And I'm not the only one. And let's just keep it simple. Let's not have Samurai Rangers. Let's not have Space Rangers. Let's not have SPD Force. Let's not have any. Let's just keep it simple. And keep it fast-paced. An hour and a half, fast-paced, fun, have some decent sense of humor to it. You could bring back Lord Zed as a little bit more of an intimidating villain, because I think he can be. And there's some potential here. It's just, I don't know about Lionsgate. And I don't know about the writers of X-Men and Thor. X-Men First Class and Thor. Because Thor wasn't really that. It had some moments that were humorous, but most of the really, honestly, I thought the humor was the weakest part of that script. And, yeah, who's going to direct it? Who's going to go up with it? It's going to happen. It's happening, but I want to see a fun movie. I want to have fun when I watch a Power Rangers movie. I don't want to watch some depressing, bleak, gritty, dark Power Rangers movie. So that's my thoughts on it. Vampire Academy 2, what happened, fans want it badly enough. So they put it on Indiegogo because they're like, we still want to make this movie to a film that nobody watched. So please give us their money. And they did. They got a lot of money, but now they're asking for some more money. They got enough money to make the movie, but they need money to greenlight it now. Watch, it'll get the money. Because there's enough fans of the book. Expendables 3 Ronda Rousey walks Batman vs. Superman's Wonder Woman. Ronda, you're in no shape or position to talk about anything. You just started your first movie, and to say this, if I had seen Expendables 3, I would see that you can't act. And, yeah. I should have been Wonder Woman. That girl couldn't curl a 2-pound weight. What's so wonderful about that? I don't understand. She trained the military. She's trained soldiers in the military. And she's working on it. She's still working out. I'm not going to call Gal Gadot out and say that she's a stick or a waif before she's done training. She's still training right now. And who says the Wonder Woman has to look buff? Linda Carter wasn't buff. So, and she's the most well-known version of Wonder Woman. She reminds me of like Xena right now. Xena and Warrior Princess. And a lot of people like Lucy Lawless. Wonder Woman doesn't need to look like China. Dear God, I hope not. I don't want to see Wonder Woman looking like China. And Ronda Rousey, you'd be too distracted by your fucking eye mold to really, honestly, pay attention to your Wonder Woman performance. And you can't act. So please, you're in no position to talk. A Shazam movie, Dwayne Johnson almost certainly happening sooner than later. Is he really playing Shazam, or is he playing Black Adam? I want to know for sure. Otherwise, I'm confused. Because I think he would be a great Black Adam. Will Ferrell and Adam McKay to branch off in animation. Okay, Will Ferrell did a good job with the brief little bits, the live action moments, and and also the voiceover of Lord Business and the Lego movie. So we'll see what he can do. Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack just did something that's never been done before. Yeah, it's the first soundtrack that to ever reach the top of the Billboard 200, the Awesome Mix Volume 1. But it's the first soundtrack to ever do so without featuring a single new song. Instead, the album only consists of pop and rock songs that were released in the 1960s and 70s. And I really think they missed out on a really cool opportunity, the Guardians of the Galaxy producers and the company. They should have released a CD, but also a cassette. Come on, fans would go crazy for that movie. To actually have their own personal copy of an Awesome Mix Volume 1 on cassette, and it could maybe spark a new sort of comeback for Walkmans. And people wouldn't look at me weird anymore when I go out with my cassette, my Walkman, my tape player sometimes. As I did that in high school, and people were acting like, what the hell was that? I'm like, it's a Walkman. It's a cassette player. They missed out on a good opportunity for that. Because fans in the film would have bought that. Would have bought a cassette, because it would have been cool. But they missed out on that. I don't care what the most expensive movie prop is, because I know I can't afford it. And I really don't care. Fuck Frozen. I haven't seen it yet. I don't want to see it, and I probably won't like it. Just saying. If you like it, that's okay. That's fine. It's just not my type of movie anymore. I know I probably would not like it because Disney kids movies just don't appeal to me at my certain age right now, unless they're ones I grew up with, like The Lion King and so forth. Batman Superman, General Zod's course would play a huge role. I'm not reading any more about Batman for Superman. I'm just not fucking doing it. Sony edits Seth Rogen's interview to avoid possible political conflicts. Something that features the season center 6. I don't even see it. Captain America 3 screenwriters want MODOK for future Marvel movies. Okay, I guess. Although I don't really care for MODOK because I think MODOK is a shitty villain and a shitty looking character. He's just a giant head floating around. I mean, it would look really ridiculous. It looks ridiculous enough on cartoon and comic book form. It would look extremely ridiculous in a film. I don't know if that would work, but, you know, whatever. I don't need to see what ifs, Gabe. Star Wars Episode 7 goes back to work later this month. If it throws Sophie Turner star in radical retelling of Mary Shelley's life, it's not going to beat Gothic. I don't know. It might be better than Hot in Summer, but I don't think it's going to beat Gothic. Expendables Fast and Furious team up as possible, says Terry Crews. Why? No, I don't want to see that. This new movie just moved up to try to win an Oscar. I go, ooh, whatever. Tom Hiddleston is the top choice for the Ben-Hur remake. Yeah, when I look at Tom Hiddleston, I see Ben-Hur. I see legendary gladiator and action hero. No, I don't. I do not. Maybe you'll prove me wrong, but I don't see it. Sam Smith may sing the next James Bond theme. Oh, they're finally going to make a Mac Bolan movie? I know Stallone was attached to it before he did Cobra, and Steve McQueen at one point, and Clint Eastwood, and now maybe Vin Diesel. I'd love to see. I'd be up to seeing an Executioner flick. I'll wait for more news about it, but I think it might be a cool franchise to do. Yeah, Lauren Bacall passed away. She's a very beautiful woman and a very legendary actress. I admit I've never been the biggest fan of her work, but that still doesn't mean I'm not appreciative of it. She's a well-known actress. She has got a lot of acclaim from people, and she's brought a lot of joy and entertainment to a lot of people while she was still alive. And I gotta give credit to her for that. And I do remember that one. You do know how to whistle, don't you? You just put your lips together and blow. And yeah, she was pretty hot. I'm gonna say, like, if you watch this clip, I'm not gonna show it because I want a copyright claim. You watch this clip, to have and have not. She was pretty hot. She was a sexy. She was a smoldering, sexy chick in her heyday. So that's really curious, though. What's curious to me, a really weird coincidence, is that she passed away the same year that James Garner passed away. And Lauren Bacall and James Garner both played husband and wife in The Fan film with Michael Biehn, which isn't that great of a movie, but I thought that was interesting. They both played husband and wife, and they both passed away this year. It's a weird coincidence. Rest in peace, Lauren Bacall, and definitely rest in peace to Robin Williams. Let's see what Gabe has to say about this. Well, 5 incredible Robin Williams performances you haven't seen. Best of times. Well, Gabe, hey, I give you a thumbs up. I got to salute you for that. That is one of his most underrated, overlooked performances. Nobody talks about Best of Times. I love that movie. I think it's a really underrated sports drama. Kurt Russell and Robin Williams have great chemistry together. And it's an unlikely story of an unlikely hero. Robin Williams actually plays a wide receiver in this. And yeah, Robin Williams playing football. It actually works a lot better than you might think. So yeah, I would actually recommend fans of Robin Williams to check out The Best of Times if they haven't already. And also fans of Kurt Russell. Really enjoyable, fun sports drama. 1 Hour Photo, yeah, definitely. That's the one that really showed me that he could play a creepy character. It showed how extensive his acting talents were. Death to Smoochie, I really love that performance. Rainbow Randolph, very fun, dark comedy. Being Human, I've been curious about it. I've never seen it. It looked interesting to me because he plays all these different characters from all these different parts of time. Boulevard is a movie that hasn't come out yet that I'd be curious about because it's one of his later films that he did before he sadly took his own life. Robin is somebody that I will never forget him, and I don't think anybody will. I don't think we're gonna have to worry about years from now us forgetting about Robin Williams because he was such a unique personality. He was such a unique actor. And he was one of a kind, and I think after his passing, I think we will miss him, and I think a lot of us will truly appreciate him even more, and you know, I think definitely yes, years from now he will be fondly remembered for what he's brought to cinema and to the realm of comedy. Yeah, DC Comics has this plan to bring you the best Aquaman movie possible, but pitting these 2 writers together, and whichever writer writes the best draft, they win. And I mean, it's like a competition or whatever. Because I don't really care. Sorry, I'm just not a big fan of Aquaman. If you are, that's fine with me. I mean, that's cool. Brad Pitt's Fury is now opening much earlier than expected. Trailer looked interesting, but it's not necessarily the type of movie I'd see in theaters. But you know, okay. I definitely give that a look sometime down the road. Ben Stiller might return to the director's chair for Zoolander 2. I'll wait for a trailer, because I did find the first Zoolander to be pretty funny. Peter Quill's dad in Guardians of the Galaxy would be different in the comics. I don't know who it was. I don't believe he even was an alien in the comics. So it'd be interesting to see what's going to go on with that. I'd be fine with Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock being his dad. I mean, that'd be interesting. Arnold Schwarzenegger in his Abigail Breslin zombie drama Maggie. I'll wait for a trailer for that. It does sound interesting because it is something that's never really seen Arnold do before. He hasn't done horror since End of Days, and it seems like it's a more dramatic performance. So it'll be interesting. And he's rocking the goatee again like he did in he had more of a stubble in End of Days, but maybe it's a spiritual sequel to End of Days. It's the same character, but he's trying to deal with his daughter turning into a zombie. Which would be interesting. A zombie drama. I mean, I'm curious about that. And that's not really a horror film. That's more of a drama. But I guess in some ways it's a horror movie. So I know I said, is horror dead? Well, in the mainstream, maybe. But this is a low-budget indie zombie movie, so it might not even play in theaters, that many theaters. But I am curious about it, and these photos don't do much to excite. But yeah, I'll wait for a trailer. But I think it's been done to death. It has been, but maybe there might be some ideas like this that come out from the woodworks. But there won't be enough of them. They'll be outnumbered by these prequels, remakes, and sequels. And that's sadly the situation. That's the state of the horror genre right now, at least how I see it. Turtles Forever, the Lost in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan that needed fun. It's not lost, Gabe. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Because really, it's not lost at all. Turtles fans have not forgotten about Turtles Forever. So I don't know what you're talking about, Gabe. Speaking of Turtles, Turtle Power, ha ha ha. Yeah, that came out recently. The definitive Turtle documentary. Yeah, I found a link somewhere. I'll give it a look sometime. And I flipped through it. And I was like, yeah, no 2003 cartoon references. No references to Turtles 2 and 3. No references to the video games, except like one quick shot of somebody playing an arcade game. And no references to the new film. And no references to the new cartoon. It's like, it's not definitive if you don't talk about everything. That's all I got to say. It's not definitive. So, I don't know. Johnny Depp appreciates great mustaches. I don't really care about his mustache. Miss Doubtfire 2 in doubt of everyone's death. His death is still tragic, and I'm still reeling after that. It's just the way that it happened. It's just shock. I mean, a suicide. I mean, there's no words. But Rob Williams probably should have dropped out anyway before he did this. This is a really stupid idea. Mrs. Doubtfire 2. So they'll probably close. This should shut it down. It should not be made. What, are you going to cast somebody else as the Robin Williams' character? No, that'd be disrespectful. Out of respect for Robin Williams, they should shut this project down. That's just my opinion. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 might be headed to Dimension X. Oh, so we get the Technodrome and whatever. From what I've heard, the movie sounds really forgettable and really shitty. Has boner jokes and a fart joke in it. And Megan Fox defeats the Shredder, which my brain is still trying to wrap itself around that concept. And Megan Fox, yeah, fuck you if you don't like the Ninja Turtles movie. Well, you know what? How about you go fuck off too, Megan Fox? Yeah, go fuck off. Go fuck somebody. Go blow somebody. Get the fuck out of the movie business because you belong in porn. You can't act. All you have is your looks. That's it. You have no acting talent. Go to fucking start shooting porns. Go be in the Ninja Turtles porno parody as April O'Neil. Fuck off. What? Fuck you? No, fuck you, Megan Fox. Go fuck off. Go fuck yourself. No, I'm pretty sure you'd like it. Just finger it. Finger yourself all day. Fucking Megan Fox. Yeah. Fuck off. Shitty acting. Get the fuck out of Hollywood, please. Anyway, I mean, seriously. You tell me to fuck off? You tell me to fuck off, Megan Fox? Oh, man. I wouldn't even want to fuck you. So I'm afraid I'd get a mountain of STDs in the process. Anyway, yeah, Dimension X, I mean, the turtles look fucking horrible. They look awful. They look like fucking trolls from Cat's Eye or fucking gremlins. Steroids. If you're going to make a sequel, and I know they've already greenlit it, Dimension X will be interesting. And get the Technodrome. Make Shredder back to normal size. And please, redesign these ugly-looking fucking designs. And make the turtles a little bit more lovable. Because that's what they are. I can't love this design. I can't imagine that Raphael as my imaginary friend like I did when I was a kid. Okay? This Raphael... This fucking Michelangelo, okay, I can't imagine that as my buddy, okay? I can't imagine this Raphael as my imaginary friend because I'm afraid he'd fucking eat me. So, yeah, he'd be my, he'd be in my nightmares, but he wouldn't be in my daydream, so to speak. But anyway, yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I will get around to it because I am planning on revisiting the live-action Ninja Turtles movies along with the 2007 CGI movie, and sometime in the future after I get done with a few more requests from some people, some stuff that people have sent me. Then I'll get around to revisiting the Ninja Turtles franchise, and then I'll watch this fucking thing. This shit, this Teenage Mutant Nasty Taints. So look forward to that, I guess. This will be a rant. I guarantee it. This will be a rant. If it's not, I will be fucking shocked. I'll be shocked on camera. I'll apologize. I'll do everything. But I highly doubt it. From everything I've heard about this new Ninja Turtles movie, I am pretty damn sure I'm going to hate it and find it to be one of the worst movies of the year. Ant-Man director confirms interest in plot details about Scott Lang's daughter. I don't really care. This is a decent article. They're talking about the 6 Robin Williams roles I'll never forget. Good Will Hunting. He's great in that. Mrs. Doubtfire. Yeah, I remember watching that a lot as a kid with my mom. Toys. I'm surprised somebody actually chose that. And I really like this, what he said here. And the Spark of Madness. In fact, it's because of Robin Williams that this movie's even remembered. I disagree. I think he's a big part of it, but the production design is also another, and the soundtrack is another reason why the movie's remembered. Because without his trademark Spark of Madness, could have easily been by the numbers affair. No one knew the whimsy of a child and the responsibilities of a man like he did, and the end result is something to be proud of. Toys is a story of setting aside childish things, but not completely giving them up. If there ever were a movie to describe Robin Williams, it would be this one. Mike Reyes, he did a great job writing that write-up. It really did. I did watch this again, day after he passed on, and it still holds up really well. I still love the movie to death. But there's one line that really hit me. And the ending, too. The funeral scene when his dad dies. And the ending when Milton the Happy Elephant is sent off in the sky. I did cry. I cried at the end of Toys because that whole sequence really got to me. In the tall field, with the tall grass and letting the elephant go. And it was almost, I felt the film was in many ways like a wake for Robin, the best of both worlds of his performance wise, his comedic talents and his dramatic talents and his ability to portray like he said, this is really eloquent what he said here, about that he was able to play these characters that no one knew the whimsy of a child and the responsibilities of a man like he did. And definitely on display in Toys. But another part that got to me was a moment in the film which was funny and when I first saw it, and then for years while I was watching it, but not necessarily that funny nowadays. Where he was, this is a scene where he's talking with Robin Wright, and they're talking in the car, and they're on the way somewhere. And Robin Wright's like, my daddy would have had a time with you. My daddy would have, loved you. Would have had a. And then he's like, oh yeah, I bet, yeah. I'd be hanging from some tree somewhere. And that really, that was funny then, but now that really isn't funny. Like that's really, really tragic. So that was one moment where in Toys where I really it was just paused, just very, really just a moment of pause there where it was like, wow, that is something that was funny then just isn't funny at all now, and it's a really creepy bit of foreshadowing now. So yeah, so Toys was another one, was one of the ones that they listed. Cinema Blend writers. Aladdin, yes, he was great as a genie. It's too bad he got screwed by Disney. But it was great. It was great. I haven't seen World's Greatest Dad. I've heard it's really good, but I haven't seen it yet. And Dead Poets Society, definitely excellent performance by him. Oh, Captain, My Captain. I had a lot of great memories actually watching that in school. We actually watched that in literature class, and that was really, really good memories. Wonderful memories that go along with Robin. and he will always be remembered for years and years and years to come after his death. Mike Epps is the front runner to star in the Richard Pryor biopic. Okay, I'll wait for a trailer. Russia bans all movies with foul language. Wow, Russia. Okay. Captain America: Winter Soldier Blu-ray pre-orders blocked by Amazon Amazon Disney dispute. Fuck off, both of you, please. Just what the fuck are you doing? Like, really, is this over money? You guys already have more money than God right now, or a shit ton of money. Maybe not more money than God, but a lot of fucking money. Stop bitching, stop whining, stop complaining, and let me pre-order my goddamn copy of Winter Soldier, you fuckheads. I really like that movie. I'd love to pre-order that Blu-ray, but I can't on Amazon because it fucking isn't available for some stupid reason. I don't need, okay, with more speculation. Yeah, Ron Williams is dead at 63. There's no word. I'm still recovering from that. It was just such a shock. Such a shock. It still is a shock. Can't believe he's no longer with us. It's just the way that it happened, and just, oh man, it's almost too much. And it's like, yeah, it's not somebody you didn't know. I didn't know him personally, but I felt he was part of the family because I watched a lot of his movies with the family. I grew up watching Miss Doubtfire with my mom, and we had a lot of great memories associated with watching that film together. So in a lot of ways, when he was there for whatever 90 minutes to an hour to 2 hours, he was part of my family, and to know that he's no longer, on this earth is really, really, really sad. It's tragic. It really sucks. But the fact is, though, that he will still be with us. Though he's still with us in our hearts and our spirits, and and his movies will still be there to entertain us for years and years to come, and generations long after we pass on and join him in heaven, and then he'll make us laugh all over again. Hispanic women get naked in movies a lot. Like, okay, who cares? What? 5 milestones a TV history fans should still celebrate. Okay, all right, I'm curious about this. The comic book series, of course. Season 1 of the cartoon. All right. The first team, yes, thank you. The first Ninja Turtles movie. We should still cherish this, and we should still celebrate that, and not call it corny and cheesy and lame, and say that it was always lame, and was always cheesy, and it always sucked. We just didn't know any better when we were kids. Fuck that. No. The first Ninja Turtles movie, 1990, in my opinion, will still be the best Ninja Turtles movie. Because it has the best looking design. These are the turtles I remember. I don't remember the turtle. I'm not going to remember the fucking butt-fugly looking turtles from the new movie. I remember these turtles. And these effects don't look shitty. I don't care who the hell you are. Jim Henson's work in this and the sequel do not look terrible at all. They don't look like styrofoam. And they look a hell of a lot better than the CGI monstrosities that are on the screen in the new movie. I'm not the only one. Angry video game nerd James Rolfe and his friend Mike Matei, they also agree that the first Ninja Turtles movie is the best Ninja Turtles film. So I'm not the only one. But I think it's aged really well. I think it's held up really well. I don't think it's corny. I don't think it's cheesy. I don't think it's lame. I still think it's really entertaining and really fun. And it's not just nostalgia. It's a movie that I think, even for kids of all ages, even now, the kids that aren't enjoying it now are just being jaded and are just going in and following the mainstream. They just want to be popular, so they'll bash the old movie and say it's cheesy and corny, without really understanding the context, or even just enjoying it for what it is. I mean, it is a 90s movie, okay? Yeah, might be a little bit dated in terms of references, but it was made in 1990. It wasn't made now, so stop. I mean, seriously, there's stupid shit I've heard from people criticizing movies lately. Like The Net. I couldn't believe this when my friend Matt told me this. People criticizing, saying The Net with Sandra Bullock is a bad movie now because the internet, the way that they describe the internet is laughable, not believable, because it's not like it. It's totally not like that. Of course it isn't, because it was made in mid 90s, and it wasn't made nowadays. So unless the fucking producers of the movie had a goddamn fucking time machine or a crystal ball where they could see what the future looked like, they based their movie, The Net, off of what they remember and what they saw. So, in the time that they were writing the screenplay and making the movie in the mid 90s. So shut the fuck up. You have no right to criticize a movie like that for that reasoning. I am not. You can criticize a movie for a lot of things, and you do a lot of things that you want to do, but you have no right to say the fan doesn't have realistic internet fucking sequences, and that's the reason why it's ridiculous and laughable nowadays, because it's a movie that was made in the time that it was made in, and they did not have the option to go into a fucking DeLorean and go into the future and find out what the internet looks like nowadays. Stupid. Fucking retarded ass reasoning from a bunch of small handful of spoiled ass little fucking fucking teenager brats who think they're smarter than they really are. What a ridiculous fucking criticism. And I've heard the same stuff go to the 1990 movie. They loved it when they were a kid, but now that's popular now to call it cheesy and corny because a new movie came out and love the new one and say the old one sucked and always did. Fuck that shit. No. The Turtles in Time game. Yeah. Why didn't they talk about this in the Turtle Power game? The Turtle Power, not game, the Turtle Power documentary. I remember this. I didn't really remember this one that much because I didn't play the arcade game, and I didn't really play Turtles in Time until I played it in the emulator when I was, in my 20s. But I remember other games like in the NES, like the arcade game and the first Ninja Turtles game. So, that's something we shouldn't forget. The first Ninja Turtles game. And yeah, I know the water level was really hard to deal with, but yeah. The new current Nickelodeon version of the Turtles. Really? I love when they forget the 2003 cartoon. Like, fuck the 2003 cartoon. We should remember the current version over the 2003 cartoon. And even somebody says you consider, you leave out the 2K series. Yeah, and everybody left out the 2K series. Everybody left out the 2003 series. The fucking documentary did, and I haven't even seen the 2003 series except for some few episodes I've caught years ago when it first aired, and I liked what I saw. I feel bad that I didn't start watching it more. And, yeah, forget that. Forget the 2003 cartoon series. Yeah, fuck that. Even the Turtle Power documentary doesn't talk about it, and even the Rich Knight talks about the 5 milestones of TMT history fans just still celebrate. And that's not even on there. And honestly, how is a 2012 cartoon a milestone? It came out, 2 years ago? Simon Pegg defends Roberto Orci, Star Trek 3 director. We'll see. I'll wait and see. Jeremy tweets another clue to Star Wars episode. I don't need fucking clues. I have nothing to go off of yet about Star Wars Episode 7. I need to see a trailer or poster. I need to see a synopsis, an official synopsis, before I get any excited at all for it. Going with the Toro's willing to use NBC's Constantine and Justice League Dark. Okay, whatever. Constantine, yeah, he's not smoking because it's TV now, and people can't handle people smoking, I guess, on public TV anymore. It's like all of a sudden it's just uncalled for, and we can't do it. Batman's age range, we can't handle it. Batman's age range confirmed by Batman vs. Superman producer. Yeah, he's like in his 40s or something, 50, whatever, because they're being more like the Dark Knight Returns. Dark Knight Rises. I wish Dark Knight Rises was more like the Dark Knight Returns. Monday movie memo. Why aren't we going to the movies? Because it's too fucking expensive, and a lot of the movies fucking suck nowadays. That's why. We'll just wait for the DVD. Michael Bay won't direct Transformers 5. Yeah, answer that question too. I'm curious about what your opinions are on that. Why aren't we going to the movies? Why aren't we? I saw Guardians of the Galaxy. That was a lot of fun, but why aren't we? Well, the prices are... I'm going to say the prices are too high for the most part, even for a matinee. And a lot of the quality of movies, especially this year, has gone down considerably. Why stick with a movie that comes out in theaters that could be half-assed and really, honestly, not that much and lackluster when I could just watch a movie at home on my Blu-ray player, my surround sound, on my flat screen in my living room with just about as good, not as good surround sound as IMAX, but still pretty damn good, and watch a movie that I know I like and I know I love and enjoy that instead of watching a question mark of a movie in the theater that has a huge chance to let me down. I mean that's the kind you know, I'm more often watching stuff at home. Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't a letdown, and I was really glad for that. But the number of letdowns lately has really increased in theaters, and mainly it's probably expenses. It's too expensive, and a lot of the movies just aren't worth it. There's a lot of direct-to-video quality movies that are coming out in theaters. How the Late Man Golden gambled and lost to the power of modern superhero films. I'm not even going to read that, Gabe, because you probably don't got any of the facts right. He gambled and lost on the superhero movies thing because he decided to make them really cheap. He didn't care about he knew that they were somewhat popular, but all Golan wanted, you know, Madame Golan wanted was to, Canon wanted to make a quick buck off of them, and it didn't work. Superman 4, people say, well, they just made really cheap. Well, it didn't start out that way. I will just say this, it didn't start out that way. Superman 4 was originally not supposed to be some really cheap-looking superhero film. It originally had a budget that was twice as much as originally had the movie was made for. And so literally the day that they were getting ready to start shooting, the budget was cut in half. So they had to completely change the direction of what they were planning on doing. And as a result, you had this really shitty looking Superman film with some of the shittiest effects you will ever see. And even recycling flying shots. And then Canon went bankrupt, and then started the 21st Century Films thing, and did Captain America. And I remember actually Arnold Schwarzenegger lobbied hard to play Captain America, which is kind of funny. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger is Captain America. I just can't imagine that. And J.D. Salinger's son, Matt Salinger, got the job. And he was allergic to the suit, so they gave him rubber ears. The movie was really low budget, really low budget of a film, directed by Albert Pyun. And the movie was supposed to come out in theaters, but it didn't, because it should never came out in theaters, because it's not good enough quality to be released in theaters. And it didn't work out. He wanted to do Spider-Man, but he couldn't get the right script. He couldn't get the funding right. And the original script was horrible. And it was actually a good thing that Golan only was able to do like 2 superhero films with Canon, or 21st Century Pictures, 21st Century Films, and Superman 4, Captain America, some of the worst superhero movies out there. But yeah, also speaking of Madame Golan, he rests in peace as well. A lot of people say that Canon made nothing but crappy movies. I disagree. Canon's made a decent amount of good action movies. American Ninja 2. I love their intro. They have one of the most badass intros, logos of all time. And Canon isn't a complete lost cause. They made some fun movies, and I miss Canon, and they were great for low budget action films. Action genre was their calling card, was what they were really well known for. I remember Master Universe, and I still really enjoy that movie with Dolph Lundgren, childhood favorite of mine. So I remember that as well, but that wasn't as big of a hit as they hoped. They thought that was going to save them, but it didn't. But yeah, Canon, Madame Golan, may rest in peace. I think Canon is not nearly as bad as some recent people start coming out of the woodwork as soon as he died and said, well, it doesn't matter, the movie sucked anyway. I disagree with that. I think there were a lot of really solid flicks that Canon released, especially in the action genre. Invasion USA, to name one. Definitely the Michael Dudikoff films. Canon, I think they did a good job with low budget action movies. And they were more well known for that than they really were for their fantasy movies, even though I can enjoy the hell out of their Hercules movies with Lou Ferrigno, because they're just so absurd. When he grabs a bear, beats it up, and he throws it into space. It's as ridiculous and as laughable and as much fun as it sounds. And I'm really looking forward to that Canon Films documentary, which I hope comes out soon, so people can watch it. I know it's premiering in at a theater sometime soon, so I can't wait for it. It's Electric Boogaloo, so I can't wait for that documentary. I really am excited for that. Original April O'Neil, a lot of foreign stuntmen were injured on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Huh, okay, interesting. She sat down with Variety for extensive interview, and in it she opened up on some allegedly non-human conditions she found deplorable. I really thought she did a great job, the original April O'Neil. Judith Hogue. I really liked her performance. And she interviewed Variety, so I'm like, so not with the Turtle Power documentary. They couldn't get her for that. They couldn't get her for, I don't know if they did or not, but they couldn't get her for featurettes on the fucking 1990 Ninja Turtles DVD or Blu-ray. I don't understand this from the rights owners who are owning the first Ninja Turtles movie. If anything, now, this year would have been the perfect time to release an anniversary edition or a special edition with remastered picture quality, the commentary track, the deleted scenes, and interviews with the voiceover cast, and Elias Cortez, if you talk about it, and Judith Hogue. She talked in an interview to Variety, so I'm pretty sure she wouldn't mind sitting down and doing an interview on film. I know Robbie Rist would talk about it. Corey Feldman, if you gave him enough money, you would. What is up with this no features crap in the 1990 Ninja Turtles movie? It broke the record that Halloween held, John Carpenter's Halloween held for years straight, like decades, straight up decades, of the most successful independent movie of all time. It was a big hit, and it's still got jack shit on DVD and Blu-ray, and it's unbelievable. It's bullshit. There's no excuse for it. And it's just laziness. That's it. It's just straight up laziness from the rights owners. They had all these stunt people who came in from Hong Kong who had no unit protections. They were getting hurt. As soon as they were injured, they were shipped out of here. It was not the safest set to be. It's a little distressing. People are doing the movie the best they can on the budget, and I think the producers lose sight and there's actually human beings involved. That's pretty messed up. Oh yeah, and I forgot she wasn't Cadillac Man. She only, because of her commitments to Cadillac Man, she only flew on during the weekends to shoot her scenes. We know she was very concerned about level of violence in the film, but she approached some with the producers about it. That's the reason why she was recast for round 2. Oh, that's kind of lame. I kind of complain about the violence. I don't necessarily would say that's really that kind of lame. But anyway, that is some pretty crazy accusation. I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, that's pretty messed up. Nobody stuntman getting injured and stuff like that. Robert Englund charging all of his money for his Freddy Krueger last performance deal. Not even wearing the hat, not even wearing the sweater. Like $350, whatever, just for a photo with him. I mean, that's a bit much. Only the rich can afford this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Only the rich. Not people like me. 10 characters need to be in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. I'm not even going to look at it. I don't want to look at any more pictures from that movie. Teen Choice Awards, I don't really care about that shit. Fault in Their Stars. Fucking reason why Edge of Tomorrow didn't do as well the opening weekend. John Cusack is here to steal your kids. Okay, that's pretty messed up. Guardians of the Galaxy concept art shows a much more revealing the Nebula costume. Huh. Looks pretty much the same except for just showing off some blue skin. Blue belly skin. Mark Ruffalo, Rachel McAdams, Michael Keaton joined pre-sex abuse drama spotlight. Well, Michael Keaton is in it, so I'll wait for a trailer. A pre-sex abuse drama. That sounds pretty. I don't know. It was controversial, that's for sure. Guardians of the Galaxy shows some bad weaponry and new featurette. Wait for the Blu-ray DVD to watch that, as it'll probably be on the Blu-ray. Yeah, this is April O'Neil. She reveals why she wasn't in the sequel, and she thought a movie suffered because of the violence. I'm sorry. I think I think you're dead wrong, Judith Hogue. It did not suffer because of the violence. In fact, the violence helped the movie. It added to the reason why it's so memorable to this day, and it's the best Ninja Turtles movie to date because it was violent. When they made it so they couldn't use their weapons, and you didn't have the excellent choreography anymore that was in the first movie, and you went to them just using combat cold cuts in the second movie, it was still an entertaining sequel, but it lost a lot of what made the first movie so great. And it's because of people like you. I hate to say this about Judith Hogue, who I really liked as April in that movie, because of people like you is the reason why we had such a PC version of the Turtles in the sequel. And then she talks about the reason why they didn't have a yellow jumpsuit. Well, the production was able to handle the animatronic turtle outfits. The costume was apparently too much to handle. They had this really horrifying white jumpsuit, and they dyed it yellow. It was nixed. I just remember hating my hair in the movie. They gave me this really horrible perm, and it never cooperated. I didn't think it was that bad looking Judith, but I respectfully disagree with you on your opinions on violence, the level of violence in the movie. I really do. Yeah, Ninja Turtles landed #1 spot. Kick-Ass 3 remains a possibility. I don't know about that because I haven't seen the sequel yet, but I haven't heard the greatest things about it. So I guess we'll see if it ever does get made. Yeah, whatever. Ninja Turtles 2. Make me want to throw up. Frozen 2 in a book. I don't really care. Babylon 5 movie could happen. I don't know about that. Zack Snyder calls a Detroit sports talk show to defend the Aquaman because they started basically bashing Aquaman. And he came in and was all butthurt. Really. They were surprised and afraid of being punked. No, if Zack Snyder did call in on my radio show, I'd just be like, it's still my opinion, man. That's really cool of you and everything, but I still think Aquaman is a very useless character. I don't think he's a very well done character. I don't think he'd come across that badass at all on film. And that's my personal opinion. You're entitled to it, Zach. I know you're directing the movie, and to each their own, but I still feel that Aquaman is a lame character. It doesn't matter what Zack Snyder would say to me. Aquaman has some cool abilities. His trident could cut the flesh of Superman if they came in contact. That's the thing that's in the canon. He's super strong. That's not to say he's in the movie or anything like that, but he has the potential to be badass. His name is Aquaman. I don't know. I wait till I see it. Maybe it'll surprise me. But I just don't see Aquaman as a badass. I never have. And I don't know if I ever will. That's just my personal opinion. As jaded as it is, that's my personal opinion. Eli Roth's Green Inferno may never see theaters. I'm glad. Good. It shouldn't be in theaters. That direct should never make it to theaters. Evil Dead 2 is dead. Yes! Yeah! Yeah. What? Sorry. If you were excited for it, good. But for me, no, I wasn't. That was an extremely overrated remake. It wasn't the scariest movie I've ever seen. It had some good gore, I will give it that. But I thought the lead actress, she sucked ass. She's a terrible actress. I thought the plot sucked. Evil Dead remake. Evil Dead fuck. I did a remake on that. I did a rant on that already. Remake. It is a remake. I did a rant on that already on my channel. Just type in Evil Dead rants and you'll find it. I did not like that movie. I saw it in the theater too. It was one of the worst theatrical experiences I ever had. The camera was, the projector was fucked up and it wasn't working properly, and I had to go in and ask the theater multiple times to get it fixed because there was this the shadow of the projector you could see on the film itself, and it also had this shitty aspect ratio. It looked like it had black bars around it, like you were watching a widescreen DVD. It was horrible. Throughout the entire movie. It was miserable. It was a miserable experience. One of the worst experiences I've had in theater. Let alone watching RoboCop and the remake in IMAX. That's one of the worst too. But this is the worst looking experience. And I like the effects at the end, and I like some of the gore. And the effects are good, but I thought the Evil Dead remake was shitty. That is terrible. Terrible movie. It's Evil Dead fuck. But if you like it, that's cool. But I'm glad the sequel was dead. Just kill it off. I don't want to fucking see any more of that shit. And it proves what I said, that people said, well, it's going to be a sequel because it was a big hit. It wasn't that big of a hit. It proved once again that remakes aren't really that hugely successful. It was only made a little bit of a profit over its small budget. And it wasn't enough to justify a sequel. And I was right. Carrie Brownstein takes over Lost Austin of Nora Ephron. Well, not my type of movie. Leah Seydoux might be the new Bond girl. Okay, maybe not, whatever. These alternate Jurassic Park posters are just decades old and still incredible. Yeah, because there's this Art of John Elvin book, which is probably companion to the art of Drew Struzan, which I'd actually love to get both of his books someday. Wow. That just looks the looks of it look more horrifying. That reminds me of this Star Crystal poster. Yeah, this one is okay, but I didn't need the moon. I don't really like the idea of the moon. It's a little bit too heartwarming. It reminds me of something that would be in Baby or Let's See Where Lost Legend rather than Jurassic Park. That's pretty cool though. There's more posters though. I'm gonna look through these. I mean, there was unused Jurassic Park posters, and there was like some other stuff too that was more. Yeah, here it is. Never before seen posters in Blade Runner, Batman, Forever, and more. Blade Runner poster design. John Alvin. Batman Forever. Okay, interesting. The Lost Boys. The stop sign. Huh. Star Trek 6. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Darkman. I didn't know he did the Darkman cover art. Awesome. I'd say the original cover art they didn't wish it was better than this, but that's still pretty cool. That was cool to see. It's pretty cool to see that. Yeah, John Alvin. Nobody talks about him, but I didn't even remember that's his name until now. And then I'm like, oh, he's the guy who did all those posters for those movies. He's a really solid guy. He did a great job. He did poster for the Goonies too. He's right up there with Drew Struzan as one of the best hand-painted movie poster artists. Last Airbender was terrible. Yeah, it was terrible. Fast and Furious and Water starring Tom Cruise. So Days of Thunder with speedboats. I'd be up for that. Deadpool writer starts grassroots campaign to get the movie made. Yeah, you have to go on. You have to tweet it. I don't have a Twitter. I don't have Twitter, so I can't retweet. It's probably had a good amount of tweets. I saw not really fan. It was the test footage of Ryan Reynolds. I really had a lot of fun with that. Make that movie, Fox, and that had a huge amount of buzz when it leaked. And there's a huge fan base for Deadpool, huge, all ages. But please do not make it PG-13. It has to be R. It has to be. Even the kids who like Deadpool love him because of the violence and things like that, and they gladly wait till DVD or Blu-ray to be able to see it officially. If it's R-rated, it needs to be R-rated. It cannot be PG-13. A Deadpool movie has to be R-rated, and Ryan Reynolds is the perfect casting choice. I don't care if he's not bankable lately. He would be bankable for Deadpool because he's a perfect casting choice for that, and people loved him in the test footage. So people would see that movie. Why you're waiting so long to do it, Fox, I have no idea. Why you think it's that much of a risk, I have no idea. If you release an R-rated Deadpool movie right this weekend with Ryan Reynolds, it would be a hit. It would be a hit. It would be bigger than Kick-Ass. It would be one of the most successful R-rated movies in years. I guarantee it. Deadpool has such a huge fan base and such a good amount of people who love Deadpool and they love his sense of humor and they love the violence that if you did an R-rated, ultra-violent Deadpool movie with hilarious jokes and breaking the fourth wall, it would be a huge hit. There is no reason why you were thinking it's such a risky idea, Fox. If you saw and you found a way to find out how many people love Deadpool, you would find that Deadpool, this would be a hit. There's no reason. I don't understand. If they had found out, if Fox would actually take the time and look at and see how successful this character is. This character is huge, hugely mainstream. Deadpool could be, honestly, he'd be in the top 5 easily, if not top 3 of most popular Marvel characters. And Fox is doing a huge disservice by not making that movie. I think they are really underestimating the success this movie will have. They were also really seriously not doing enough research. This character is huge. It's huge right now. It's been huge for a while. And Deadpool is one of the most popular Marvel characters of all time. And you do a Deadpool movie right, and it will make you a ton of money. And people will come back and see it. Literally, fans will come back and see the Deadpool movie again in the theater. So you have a potentially really successful movie, if not a successful franchise on your hands, Fox, that you're completely turning your nose up at and ignoring it because of some risks that aren't even there. Deadpool is not a risk. Deadpool is a sure thing. And that's the problem. That's the problem with Fox and studios. They think Deadpool isn't a sure thing. It is. It is a sure thing. R-rated Deadpool movie, Ryan Reynolds, is a sure thing. There are so many Deadpool fans that if they saw a movie that was live action like that test footage, they would flock to see that movie. And I'm one of them. And some of my friends are them too. You would have a huge hit on your hands. But you're going to continue to ignore it, and you'll probably make it PG-13 if you ever do make it, and that's a mistake. This is a character, and this is a movie that should get made. and this is something that would be hit, would be huge. I'm not making a wild guess here. I know how popular this character is, so it has been for a few years now. Do this movie, get it made, Fox. I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. You greenlit a Fantastic Four reboot over a Deadpool movie and another X-Men film before you do Deadpool, and another Wolverine film, sequel, whatever. You should have done the Deadpool movie when the script was optioned and you did the test footage. You should have done it. You should have went ahead and did it, and it would have been a big hit if you did it the right way. That's the thing. The key word is you have to do Deadpool the right way. And I guess maybe that's where the risk is. It's not the risk with the character or making a Deadpool movie. The risk is of doing it right. And I can agree with that. But just consult the maker, the creator of the character, get some fans on board, and get their thoughts, and you will have the perfect Deadpool movie, and you will have a huge hit. So what are you waiting for? Get off your ass, Fox. Get some work done. Get a hold of the creator, Deadpool creator. I think it was Rob Liefeld. Get a hold of the creators. Get a hold of the current writer on Deadpool on Marvel right now, and get a hold of some of the fans. I love the Deadpool and Friends guy. Nate is one really great. Really understands Deadpool's sense of humor. It would be fantastic to see if he could get some. He would actually the studio would actually take his input on Deadpool, a Deadpool movie, and get it done. Then just stop waiting and just go for it. I don't know why they haven't done it yet after the huge amount of hype and buzz that the test footage got. Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles will go to Universal. Okay, so another Anne Rice vampire movie. Okay, all right. We'll wait to see a trailer. Tornado Alley could be Into the Storm Secret Weapon. I heard the movie was terrible. I heard the effects were decent, but I heard the movie was some shitty found footage movie, which is great. Judd Apatow is producing a Lonely Island movie. All right. Josh Brolin is Thanos. He did a solid job in its cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy. DC Comics just changed the future of comic book movies. Yeah, I don't think they did. They didn't change anything. Here's the one Dom Hong Gleason is on to tell us about Star Wars Episode 7. No need to hear it. Making Dawn of Justice an anti-Superman movie would be a big mistake. I don't know. It sounds like just a rumor, but if it is, that would be a mistake. That would be a mistake. Making an anti-Superman movie would be a fucking joke. I'd hate it. I would probably hate it even more than Man of Steel. I hate the direction that Superman is going anyway, enough as it is. And to see an anti-Superman message would suck. I don't care if it's realistic. It's not what I want to see out of a Superman film. The Hobbit, Desert of Smog. I actually like that movie. Surprised by it, to be honest. I don't know. I don't think it'd get me back on board with Westerns. Wouldn't make it one of my favorite genres, no matter how good the trailer looked. Guardians of the Galaxy, the first post-origin comic book movie. And also, I didn't really mention this when I reviewed the movie. It did a great job taking a series of characters that not very many people are familiar with and creating an original Marvel movie that was a really lot of fun with characters that aren't really that mainstream. They did a great job with that. And that's a lot harder than the movie made it look. 2 more Lego movies. Okay, I'll wait for trailers. Interstellar. I saw the trailer for that and before Guardians of the Galaxy, and that is the one Christopher Nolan movie out of all the movies he's directed, for me personally, that I am really hyped for. I was never hyped for Inception. I was never hyped for The Dark Knight. I was never hyped for Dark Knight Rises. I am really, really looking forward to Interstellar. It looks stellar. It does. Interstellar looks stellar. It looks amazing. I can't wait to see it in IMAX. Matthew McConaughey looks like he's delivering another Oscar caliber performance. I like the premise. I like the idea. The images are right up there with Gravity, let alone 2001: A Space Odyssey. I love science fiction, and I love science fiction that's done right. And this looks like science fiction that's going to be done right. And I am really looking forward to Interstellar. So that's one film this year that I'm really looking forward to. And it's the first Christopher Nolan film for me that I am really, really hyped for. I was never hyped for anything else that he did, but Interstellar, I am really, really, really hyped for that. I'm really looking forward to that. 6 new Hunger Games posters. I don't really care. I don't like the Hunger Games movies. Special effects images go to Roar of Canada. Why? Why do you want? What does Canada do to you? What? Sam Jackson and Kevin Hart? Really? What's up with Kevin Hart keeping getting all these roles? I don't understand the popularity of Kevin Hart. It's an enigma. I don't think I'll ever learn the answer to. Delete Spider-Man 2 footage. Packs gross Green Goblin and more daddy issues. Does this have the footage where Spider-Man beats the shit out of the Green Goblin at the end? I'd like to know about that. I know that there's one where his dad is still alive, which is weird, which is really strange. Superman is moving away from Captain America 3's release dates because it doesn't want to compete with it. But of course, DC fans are trying to make excuses like, no, it's not trying to compete with it. It's not that it doesn't want to compete. It wants to be its, succeed on its own. I'm like, whatever. It's a move by Warner Brothers because they don't want to compete with Marvel. 5 things to know about Divergent after you've seen it. I don't want to see it. I'm not going to see it, so I don't need to know about those things. How much food was wasted in a 100-foot journey? I don't really care how much food was wasted. Rooney Mara's secret role in The One I Love revealed. I don't care. Citizen King gives a drunk history treatment of Jack Black. Okay, interesting. Jack Black is going to play Citizen Kane or what? Terminator 5, yeah, its new name is Terminator Genisys. Genisys. Because they're trying to be cool and hip, like Sci-Fi Channel was when they changed their name to the stupid renaming of SYFY. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to Saggy McTitinator. That looks like it could be potentially be even worse than T3. Tina Fey, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Marvel's put word in a Black Widow movie. I would actually see that. Monster Squad reboot isn't happening. Yes! Yeah! Rock until you drop. Bah, bah. They're dropping that shitty remake. Sir, I'm happy about that. I really am. I love it. That's great news. That's fantastic news. It's excellent news. Lovely. I don't want to see a remake. I don't want to see a reboot. If I want to see anything, I'd love to see a sequel with the last the surviving members of the original cast. Brent Shalem, Horace, may you rest in peace. And may this shitty remake of Monster Squad rest in peace. Thank you. Thank God I finally get one reprieve. Monster Squad. No, we're not doing that. Thank you. Poltergeist. Yeah, we'll remake that and we'll take a shit on one of your favorite horror films. We did it before. We'll do it again. We did it with RoboCop and we'll do it with Poltergeist. You just have to deal with it. But Monster Squad, thank God, they're not doing that. And I'm glad. I'm really glad. Watch Boy the Cute Kitten version. I don't need to. Aquaman conducts film time, whatever. Aquaman, Batman, don't care. Yeah, Kickboxer 3D. Yeah, 3D. Yeah, because the Kickboxer remake needs to be 3D. Yeah, 3 dicks in my face. We don't need a Kickboxer remake. Just call it something else. Is that too much to ask? Stop using names as just an excuse to get a quick buck, Hollywood. It's literally just whoring out franchises just for cash. It's not that they give a shit about the franchise or they give a shit about anything. They just like the name. That's it. They think the name is just going to get butts and seats. And just come up with a fucking different name and you will still get butts and seats if the movie is any good. Stop trying to pull the wool over my eyes. I don't buy it. And stop trying to trick your audiences by throwing in a popular name and thinking that's going to lead to a big hit. It hasn't. It has not. These remakes aren't big box office hits. Why they keep doing it, I have no idea. They're just stubborn. I don't care about World Star Hip Hop, King Conan, Lars Schwarzenegger starts shooting next spring. We'll see about that. I don't have a lot of high hopes for that. I really don't. Unless Paul Verhoeven gets the director. If they hire Paul Verhoeven to direct a Conan movie, I'll be interested in that. I'll be curious. But not. I really hire some new hack guy who's just a studio guy so the studio can just kick around and force him to do what they want. No thanks. I don't really think I'll care that much about it. Rest in peace, Marilyn Burns. Rest in peace. She was great in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Very memorable performance. Nebraska be shown in colors by Dr. Payne's face West Wishes. It happens. Shit happens, man. That's all I gotta say. Frozen director adapt Wrinkle of Time. Remember it being a weird book. Jurassic World wraps in production. Okay, alright. Chris Pratt is the lead, and I'll wait for a trailer. I know it's like another Jurassic Park movie. We don't need another one, but I really like Chris Pratt. I like his attitude. I like his personality. I loved his voiceover work in the Lego movie. He was excellent as Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'll wait for a trailer because I want to support Chris Pratt. He's a rising star, and I want to support him. X-Men Days of Future Past, extended edition, won't be released in 2015. Whoa. Probably won't be worth the wait, at least for me. Anthony Mackie doesn't think he'll ever play Captain America. Ricky Gervais is bringing The Office's David Brent to the big screen. Okay, interesting. Jeff Goldblum, yeah, they had a T-Rex themed wedding, and he actually was invited to the wedding. Actually came. That's really cool. It's a really cool thing for Jeff Goldblum to do. James Gunn did an amazing job of Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't need to see James Cameron's newest Deep Sea 3D challenge, whatever crap. I don't need to see it. Sylvester Stallone wants Sigourney Weaver for Expendables female furnace spinoff. Why? And what do you have to do with it? Mr. Sellout? Yep, I said it. Mr. I charge $2,500 for people to meet me in Manchester, in England, and then I fucking bitch out because I feel sick and leave these fans holding their, just holding their dicks in their hands. Just leave them there. $2,500 they pay to meet and greet with you, and you just fucking split. That's despicable, Sly. That's despicable. I don't care if blood was pouring out of your fucking eyeballs. They paid $2,500 to see you. That's despicable, man. That's really despicable and uncalled for. And I hate to say it, besides the sellout, PG-13 Expendables movie, because he's doing it for the new generation that doesn't give a fuck about him. He's doing another side. He's going through the cycle again in his career where he's just taking movies for the money and he's letting his ego get the better of him. You think he would have learned from that after the multiple times it's happened? After Rocky happened, he did these movies that were a little bit more for his ego, but I thought they were decent. Like, I thought his performance in Fist was really well done and underrated, but they weren't big hits, so we went back to Rocky. He did Rocky 2. Then in Rocky 3. Then after Rocky 3, he ended up doing Rhinestone and directed Staying Alive, and then none of those were a hit. It almost destroyed his career. And so he decided to resurrect his career again from the dead with First Blood and, the First Blood franchise with Rambo. And then after it was First Blood was afterwards. First Blood was before Rhinestone. He resurrected his career the second time after Rhinestone with Rambo First Blood Part 2 and Rocky 4. So he said, I tried something different here. I tried directing. I sucked at it. It was horrible. I destroyed my career trying to sing country music with Dolly Parton. So I'm going to end up bringing back my two big franchises and be the biggest star in 1985. Then he does Cobra, which I like, which was a decent-sized hit. Wasn't a huge, big hit as much as Warner Brothers thought it was going to be, but it was still a decent-sized hit. And then he does stuff like Over the Top, which I liked. And then he does Rambo 3, and then, and then Lock Up in 89 and Tango and Cash. So it seems like, okay, he's doing some good stuff. But they weren't as big hits as they should have been. But there were some good movies. And then he just starts getting, the ego gets the better of him and does Rocky 5 and just starts doing fucking comedies and just starts doing stuff for the money. Like The Specialist and Assassins. And then his career starts to get Carter, which I actually like. And ICU, which never gets a fair shake in theaters, and then he gets stuck in direct-to-video land. He tries Copland earlier before, ICU and stuff like that, and he does a great job acting and gets critical acclaim, but doesn't get a single Oscar nod and doesn't get any other kind of awards from anybody, which is fucking bullshit. And so then he just decides to do direct-to-video movies. The Spy Kids 3D plays the villain, and is a sellout then, just taking roles for the money. And then he is stuck in direct-to-video land, so then he resurrects his career a third time, with Rocky Balboa and Rambo. And then during that third resurrection of his career, he ends up doing Expendables And then Expendables, then the ego starts settling in again. Then the egotistical and for the money type roles start pouring in, and he starts taking them like Grudge Match, Bullet to the Head, Escape Plan, and Expendables 3. And even Expendables 2 at some extent. So Sly's in that career again, in his career cycle, where he still for some reason, after all these years, hasn't learned to be humble, hasn't learned to not be egotistical with his film choices, and is now just choosing shit for the money again. And I know he doesn't have that long left in his career, but you think you want to go out with a good note instead of with a wet fart, where you are just making really half-assed shitty movies just for the money. So yeah, Sly is in the sellout mode of his career, and he's not going to have another comeback. And I've heard Rambo 5 is going to start shooting, whatever. That's still a sellout move because, and maybe it's maybe not. Maybe it's his attempt to try to resurrect his career again for the 4th time, but it's not going to work because people are wise on it. And probably Rambo 5 will probably make money if it comes out, but it never gets made. But what I'm saying is, it's not going to be that long of a career resurrection. So now he wants this Sigourney Weaver to be an Expendables female-fronted spinoff, a woman who fucked up Alien 3 and ruined it because she didn't want to use guns, and now she's using guns, now everything's fine. Yeah, of course. I'm not looking forward to Expendables, and I'm not looking forward to Sly's next output, because a man who goes back on his word, especially a word that people pay $2,500 for, is not a man that I want to support his upcoming releases anymore. Okay, I love Sly. I love his older films. He's still an inspiration to me, but I'm done. I'm done. 5 female superheroes Sony should plug from the Spider-Man universe. Don't really care. I really... Spider-Woman, no. Spider-Girl, no. There's really not much, sadly to say, that would really work for a standalone movie other than Black Cat or Black Widow. Sandra Bullock now earning Hollywood's highest earning actress. I think she deserves it. That's me. Vanilla Ice has opinions about the new Ninja Turtle song. He says, with respect to all the artists, the song really doesn't do it for me. Shell-shocked. Well, it feels a little artificial. I mean, what it sounds like a bunch of executives in corporate world I put together. I mean, does it not fit the theme of Ninja Turtles legend? I think you have to understand to be a true ninja to possess the magic to pull off a secret sound. Vanilla Ice, your songs suck too. And let's not act like it wasn't overproduced either. It's like calling the kettle black here. With their ice baby. White baby. So very white baby and your ninja rap. Coming from a guy who did a heavy metal cover version of that song to try to make a quick buck. Really, yeah. Linklater drops out of the directing The Incredible Mr. Olympus. I don't want to see that movie. It just doesn't appeal to me personally. Guardians of the Galaxy did better with women than any other Marvel movie. Okay. Prime President of Zombies is back from the dead. It casts as 3 leads. Okay. Who's the lead? James, Sam Riley, Bella Hefko. A bunch of people I've never heard of. Alright. Avatar 2 will finally start shooting early next year. Whoop-de-fucking new. Lord of the Rings, Elijah Wood joins Vin Diesel in The Last Witch Hunter. Okay. Taylor Kitsch offered the lead in the Road remake. Did we learn anything? Hollywood? Did we learn anything from Taylor Kitsch's fucking Bombs and Battleship and John Carter? This guy's not a lead. He's not a lead actor. He's not a guy who's going to sell tickets. And why are we still going to do the Raid remake? I thought you'd already dropped it, but now you're going to bring it back up again. It's a stupid idea. Plus, the original director of the remake, the original, is going to direct it. Why are you doing this? And produce it? Like, what the fuck? What is the point of this? I'll just watch the original. Said the PG-13 half-assed American version. Both Farrell plays sexploitation director Russ and Roger Go Beyond. Somebody might be the Black Panther. Would care. Venom movie now has a chance. Now is Carnage. Carnage is going to be in a Venom. That's too much. That's too much fucking characters. Just have Venom in the movie. Unless Carnage is the villain and they're fighting, and that would be awesome. But I don't think Sony's going to be that badass. Yeah, they do. The Guardians of the Galaxy villain, he kind of did suck. I even said that in the review. Ghostbusters 3, the female cast isn't a gimmick. It is a gimmick. And it is unnecessary. And I won't buy that it's shooting this next year until I actually see footage and pictures and it actually is shooting. Because I've heard that, been there, done that. And I'm sick fucking tired. I'm sick and fucking tired of hearing about Ghostbusters 3. I really am. I'm done. I don't want to hear about it anymore. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want anybody to talk to me about it. I don't want to fucking hear about it. Because I'm done. I've been done weeks ago. I've been done yesterday. I'm done now, and I will continue to be done. An idea of a all-female Ghostbusters is a gimmick, and it does sound like a shitty idea. And just stop it. Harold Ramis passed away. He's rolling in his grave right now with this premise of Ghostbusters 3. Bill Murray should come up and do the opposite and just say, I'm not going to, I know you want me to do, I'm not doing it, but out of respect for me and for Harold, just stop it. Just put this project on the shelf. Okay? Just don't do it. Don't do it. Speaking of Ghostbusters, I have to do this. I'm doing this because this is bullshit. And I want to talk about this because this is pissing me off. 30th anniversary showing Ghostbusters is coming out in theater, limited theaters. I want to see it. I would love to see it. I would pay money for it. This is their official website. Okay, I would pay money for it. But here's the fucking problem here. They are so full of shit with their setup. I go on their Facebook page. I ask them multiple times, when is the full list of theaters and towns and cities and places and states that this movie is going to be released in? They don't even give you that. What they do is give you this shitty ass link to this Fandango page where you sign up for Fan Alert and put in your zip code. And it doesn't fucking work. You don't get any news. You don't get any fucking inkling of when any of the movies coming out in theaters. And this is supposed to come out August 29th, and it's August 14th right now. People have plans. People, if they know that they have to drive hours to get to a theater, they like to know where the fuck the theater is, let alone where it is in the state that they live in, let alone what time they need to be there. And this is a shitty handling by Sony and whoever is involved with this this project, this 30th anniversary re-release. Whoever's involved with this is doing a fucking terrible job. They're just showing so many things on Facebook and Twitter. Just, oh, remember this quote from the movie? I'm like, hey, how about you give me a full list of theaters? Could you do that? That'd be nice. Like you did 3 years ago when you re-released it in 2011. And you had all the list of theaters available for everybody way ahead of time. You're not even doing that. And that's bullshit. And you're just trying to do it so you can get some ad revenue for fucking Fandango. Fuck Sony for this shitty ass, half-assed, horrible handling of this re-release. I'm not the only one who's asking for the list of theaters that have been on the Facebook page and have said multiple times asking for the list of theaters, and they send some half-assed comments saying check out this page, which doesn't do jack shit. So I might not even be able to see it because I don't even know where the fuck it is. It's really terrible, awful, horrible handling by Sony. And if they do see this video, I hope they understand that you did a shitty job, you fucked it up, and release the goddamn list of theaters already. Fans have waited long enough, and they should not have to sign up for some stupid Fandango fan alert in order to see the list of theaters. You greedy motherfuckers, get off your asses and post the fucking list of theaters online, because this is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit, and this is literally just flipping off fans of Ghostbusters and just telling them to take a dick and eat it. And it's unacceptable. So, I had to do that. Get that off my chest. Transformers 4. Yeah, the first film to make $1 billion. How sad. You must towards women. I don't fucking care. I want to see the original in the theater in 4K, and I want to know where the fuck it is. If it even is at a theater near me. Transporter's Legacy. Yeah, a fucking series of trilogy of prequels to the Transporter films. Why? The fuck is that happening? Bill Murray cast as Baloo in a Jungle Book. Whoop-de-doo, because yeah, Garfield was so great. Megan Fox, you fuck off. But you fuck off already. Watch Thanos starting about whatever. 12 comedy directors have lost their way. I know there are a lot of them. Yeah, instead of Guardians of the Galaxy, somebody showed Rise of the Guardians in the theater. There's a bad practical joke. The Bat Kid Begins. It's a nice story. Near Death. I don't really. I know about the end credits sequence. It's Howard the Duck. Oh, spoiler, but it's Howard the Duck. Why, The Huntsman 2? Really? Galaxy Quest 2 may happen. Well, I'd be up for that if it does, but I don't know if it ever will. Fucking Skull Island prequel. I don't give a shit. I saw the new trailer for Michael Keaton Birdman. I really want to see that. It comes out in theater near me. Into the Woods trailer. I saw that before Guardians of the Galaxy. It looked like nothing. I like the score. That's about it. Yeah, SpongeBob's movie. Fucking weird. Weird. They're on land and they have superpowers. Fuck SpongeBob. I don't care what people say. Fuck SpongeBob. Avengers 3 aiming for 2018. Really already? Alright. It just won't appear in Age of Ultron. Well, if that's the case, that's bullshit, because Captain America's shield is cracked, and only Thanos can crack it with the Infinity Gauntlet. So if they just say, fuck it, we're not doing that, I'll be pissed. Because that's a great storyline. And there's a reason why his shield gets cracked. I believe it was in a battle with Thanos in the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. So if you just say, no, Thanos isn't in it, and Ultron cracks your shield, I'll call bullshit, because Ultron is just a robot. And Cap's shield is made out of vibranium and adamantium, and in fact, Cap's shield is one of the strongest things in the Marvel universe. And when Thanos cracked it with Infinity Gauntlet, it was a huge moment. And if you just make it some bullshit where fucking Ultron cracks it, I would be pissed. So if that's the case, well, you fucked up, Avengers 2. Con Air 2 might take place in space? Really? Let's just not make a sequel to Con Air. Just leave it alone. The Mummy reboot. Why? We don't need a Mummy reboot. Just stop. Mike Tyson and Jamie Foxx is going to play Mike Tyson in a Mike Tyson movie. Okay, interesting. Michael J. White did a great job in the HBO TV movie. But we'll see. Everything to do CGI to make Jamie Foxx look younger, which I don't like that idea. That Museum 3 trailer looked horrible. Extremely unnecessary. It's even more sad watching that trailer now, knowing that Robin Williams has passed, because it really looks like he just took that to distract him from whatever was going on and try to make some more money. Wesley Snipes want to make a Blade 4. I don't know. I don't know about that. It's kind of like maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. Blade Trinity sucks so much. I really don't know. Yeah, Iggy Azalea has a fucking cameo in Fast and Furious 7. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Yeah, you want to see that Comic-Con footage? Warner Brothers is being a bunch of dicks and saying, fuck free advertising. We're not officially releasing that Comic-Con footage. It was only for Comic-Con people. Yeah. Why not? The internet, it's really so stupid. It's a stupid move by Warner Brothers. Same thing for the people releasing the Hateful Eight. It's a stupid move. Free advertising on the internet is huge, and it really does help get the word out for your film and get people excited for it. And if you don't release the Comic-Con footage, you're just being a bunch of fucking stuck-up pricks. That's all I gotta say. Star Wars Episode 7 director reveals 2 classic movies and inspires film. I don't really care. It's nothing to do with it. Christopher Walken's going to be in the Jungle Book movie. Whatever. It's Marvel. Okay, maybe a Cobra Japanese manga series might be in a movie or might not be. Episode 7 filming might endanger the future of Irish birds. Whatever, that's fine, because fucking Angry Birds movie is stupid. 50 Shades of Grey trailer. Don't give a shit. 50 Shades of fucking. I saw that. Already talked about the Deadpool promo. It looked like fun. Yeah, this Ninja Turtles poster, which got pulled back from Universal, which is coming out in September. No, not Universal. I mean, it got pulled back by Paramount because it was in Australia. Then it came out on September 11th, and they're blowing up with this guy. Yeah, that was pretty bad. X-Men universe is now completely reset. Alright, fuck off. I'm just saying it. Fuck off with your continuity fucking issues. X-Men movie series. But we can just reset anything. We can do anything. We'll just reset everything. That's a fucking lazy ass move. Killed with a Whole Bloody Affair on my screen in 2015. I just watched the movies back to back on my DVD player. I don't need to see it in the theater. I'm just saying. Unless you're adding anything new in the middle. Like Grindhouse. I don't need to read a Star Wars book before episode 7 because none of those are canon. Oh, wait. They're doing some books that are coming out that are tying in with the movie that are comic books, I guess. I don't really care either. Mad Max Fury Road already has a sequel ready to go. Alright. I have to admit, I saw a trailer for that. It looked really good. I'm really looking forward to that. I really am. Sin City 2 Lady Gaga trailer. The Red Band trailer did nothing for me. So the first trailer did nothing for me. James Brolin's wearing the Infinity Gauntlet, which means something's going to happen. Thanos is going to get the Infinity Gauntlet sometime. I think maybe that all Marvel is doing is saying Thanos isn't going to be in Avengers 2 because they're just trying to save him for the cameo where he shows up and cracks Cap's shield. I think that's what they're doing, just trying to keep it as a surprise. If not, that's bullshit. You just completely skip a really great moment and just make it really lame. Fine, whatever. Sin City 3 is already in the works. There's Galaxy 2 is confirmed. Comic-Con footage leaked online, but it's not online anymore. Can't see it. Paul Bettany is playing the Vision. Could we get another Planet of the Apes remake? Why? Why do we need that? We don't need another Planet of the Apes remake. You already... God. King Kong and Skull Island. And I think I'm caught up now. Yep. I believe I am caught up now. From where I was last. Yeah, with stupid fucking Tusk. Tusk. Stupid idea. And Death of Superman Lives, which I want to see. And that's it. Folks, thanks for watching this episode of Talking Cinema. And I am out of here.